we welcome you back to Uniontown Area High School, A.J. Everhart Memorial Gymnasium here at Uniontown High School for what should be just a great matchup. We're getting ready to have the starting lineup introduced to you by the PA announcer. And as we said, you know what, we'll just let the PA announcer give them to you. As the starting lineups have been given to the crowd, a very nice crowd on hand here at A.J. Everhart Memorial Gymnasium as the Uniontown Red Raiders play host to cross-county rivals, the Connellsville Falcons, and a lot more at stake tonight than just county supremacy. Both these teams undefeated, 2 to 3 county teams undefeated in this section. LH is the other one. They are battling tonight with the Cannon McMillan Big Macs up on the hill there. It is very simple. They have to get their defense in gear, get the transition game going for Connellsville, be patient, run the half-court offense, and get good shots. And I'll tell you what, Billy Swan is going to come down here looking for a victory. There are no moral victories right now for Connellsville. They believe they can play at this level of basketball. They have won, as we said, they jumped out with that 10-game win streak, including it was a big victory against McKeesport. They have beaten some pretty good people down the line here, and they believe tonight that they can upset the Uniontown Red Raiders. The Raiders, on the other hand, believe that the section title is theirs. The people are going to have to take it away from them, and tonight they have a lot to prove as the defending Western Regional champions and state runner-ups. And as we said, the starting five tonight for Uniontown, it is Jacobs, Jenkins, Vaughn, Winfrey, and the only senior in the starting lineup, Nelson Jones. For the visiting Connellsville Falcons, it's Marcus Furman, Del Ucci, James Harrison, Mike Taft, Bryce Fox, Harrison only a freshman. UT will jump against Nelson Jones. Connellsville definitely with a size advantage. The Falcons in their traditional blue and white, trimmed in white on the road. And for the Uniontown Red Raiders, their home whites trimmed in maroon. And we're about ready to get this one underway from A.J. Everhart Memorial Gymnasium. Tap is controlled by Uniontown. Chris Jacobs runs it down, gives it back to Jenkins, and we're underway. And we're going to get a walk on Terrence Vaughns. And as we say, Uniontown will come with full court pressure. Ball will be taken out by Harrison. And they quickly get it in. Harrison now will control the basketball, only a freshman, and it's tapped away by Terrence Vaughns. There are no secrets. These two teams know each other. They play enough summer league against each other. Furman needs the tie to shoot. I'll tell you what, if Marcus Furman has the game tonight like he did in our Harrelson High School football game, look out. Fox will inbalance to Marcus Furman. Uniontown starts out man-to-man, half court here. Taft being up top with it. Now they're just going to be patient here. Hairston holds it on the wing. Now brings it back to the middle. Going to reset the offense for the Connellsville Falcons. Coming down the middle of the lane. Hairston puts it up and in, and Connellsville takes a 2-0 lead. And now Connellsville coming back with a little bit of full court pressure. David Winfrey to the corner they go. Try to bounce it inside, and the ball is tapped away by James Hairston. Nelson Jones now inbounds, backside, no foul yet. Now we're going to get Delucci. Excuse me, number 21, that's going to be Mike Taft. That's going to be his first. And that is going to be the team's first. And going to the line will be Terrence Vaughns, number 24. And Vaughn misses the first one. Second one will be on the way. Vaughn nails the second one, and Uniontown has cut the lead to 2-1. Harrison will inbound to Furman, and now they will just clear down here. Garrett Jenkins watching him. Good matchup there. Furman to the wing they go. He's watching Terrence Vaughn. Nearly stolen by Chris Jacobs. Jumper on the way. That's down by James Hairston. And the three quickly makes it 5-1 in favor of the Connellsville Falcons. So good start for Connellsville area. Jenkins cuts it back in. Donnelly blocked out of there. He goes all the way back out to half court where David Winfrey controls it. Winfrey around Marcus Furman. And they'll hold it now for Nelson Jones, and Town will reset the offense. Man-to-man by Connellsville. Good move here. Coming Nelson Jones, loses out of bounds. Good pass, though, by number 32, Chris Jacobs. I tell you what, Uniontown looks to be the team here, a little bit tentative in the early going. You would think maybe Connellsville would coming in here, but there is no, right now at least, no panic in them. The Furman, Marcus goes around, and they're going to call foul on Garrett Jenkins. Garrett's first one, team second, I do believe, team first. And inbounds will be Bryce Fox. To the corner to Marcus Furman. They go back to Bryce Fox. I'll tell you when they had a shot looking there. Inside they go to Uchi. It comes right back to Marcus Furman. Furman, left hand layup, lays it up and in. 7-1, 6-point advantage for Connellsville. Trap coming, nearly stolen. Ball goes away. They do. Nope, they're going to say it's tipped. Connellsville thinks they got the ball. Winfrey now. DeVons, and now they'll swing it to Jared Jenkins, trying to look inside to Nelson Jones, and that ball is tapped out by Del Uzi. It'll stay right there with the Uniontown area Red Raiders. Good 7-1 start for Connellsville. We talked about how good of a start they would have to have. And now what do we have inside? We have a push, and it's going to be on Uniontown. Now, who'd they call this on? So we have a foul on Uniontown area for pushing down low. Hairston, there's going to be a 5 counter, and he just does get it in. Hairston now to Marcus Furman, bounce it down on the blocks to Taft, and we have a whistle and a walk on Connellsville. So a 7-1 ball game. Full court pressure by Connellsville. And what they're trying to do here, and this is maybe they were trying to keep the ball out of Dave Winfrey's hand. This is a tough matchup for David Winfrey because Marcus Furman, so athletic, and we're going to get a whistle, and it's out of bounds. Furman and David Winfrey. See what, both coaches, I think, have went to the whole entire playbook here in the first 4 minutes of the ball game. Around the corner goes Winfrey. Try to go high post to Jacobs. It's tapped out by Del Uzi. Taft is watching Jacobs. Jacobs coming all the way. Can't get to go down. And I think that's going to be Mike Taft. And Chris Jacobs is going to the line. Uniontown looking for their first bucket of the first quarter. Chris Jacobs at the line, shooting a pair for Uniontown area. Got it. Tell you what, when he's on, he shoots the ball extremely well here too. 7-2 ball game. Sub coming for Connellsville area. David Keys in the ball game, number 34. And a second one down also for Chris. So Chris gets his first 2 points of the night. 7-3 ball game, back to 4. Key replaces Taft. This is James Harrison. He's being watched by DRJ. They try to lob it down low with Key, and the ball goes out of bounds. He had him sealed, and they had taken the help from the backside. Winfrey now spins away and flings the ball full court. Winfrey coming all the way. David puts it up, got it to go down. David Winfrey goes coast to coast. And I tell you what, the young man needed that one. Also, he will go to the line here. Didn't get who picked up the Uniontown foul, the Connellsville foul. Winfrey can't finish the three-point play. David Key with the rebound for Connellsville area. So it's back now to a 2-point ball game at 7-5 in favor of Connellsville. Here comes Harrison, jump stop, puts it up, can't get it to go down. Battle on the glass. Uniontown comes out of there with it. Here comes Winfrey. David quickly gets it. Jumper by Nelson Jones. Back in the iron. Won't go. Oh, great rebound there by Winfrey. His short jumper was in and out. UT gets the rebound for Connellsville area. 2 good looks at the basket by Uniontown. Connellsville can't, I don't think they can get into an up and down game. Jones now watching James Harrison. And they go to the top of the key. David Key turns. Nice bounce pass. UT puts it up and in. Nice job of ball movement. And Dale UT gets his first bucket. And the Red Raiders want to take a timeout with 3:44. It's a 9-5 Connellsville lead. So Dave Shuck wants to talk it over here. In his own distinct style, Eric, he wants to talk it over. Just the demeanor of the two coaches is fun to watch. You got Billy Swan, he's got all the Connellsville Falcons around him. He's down on one knee, you know, explaining what's going on. And then there's Big Dave Shuck and the 5 Red Raiders are just like, he's driving his point home to him. But they both do a great job with their programs. And how can you argue with Dave Shuck with the success he has had as the head coach of the Uniontown Area High School Red Raiders? 9-5. Pretty subdued crowd early going here. Connellsville was kind of taking Uniontown out of this. Long lead feet ahead. Nice pass. Jenkins lays it up, gets his first 2. So Coach Shuck comes out of a timeout with a big bucket, and it's 9-7. Another switch is De'Aaron Jenkins watching James Harrison. Good pressure. Stolen away from Bryce Fox. Here they come all the way, Raiders. Oh, my goodness, Nelson Jones. That'll get the Red Raider crowd fired up. One hand, down a lane, all 5'11". Harrison, jump stop, going to be called for a walk. And right now, the Red Raider crowd a little bit into it over there, Eric. Give the official credit. He was very calm over there. Raiders running again. Jenkins back to the middle. Nelson Jones can't finish that one. But right now, they've got this tempo where they won it the last 2 minutes here of this quarter. Good defensive pressure. Nearly stolen Nelson Jones. And you know what, Connellsville, again, with 2:44 left there in that trap, is they're bringing it right across the timeline into the trap, but there's nowhere to go. If you're going to do that, you got to let Uniontown come to you right before the foul line so you can reverse it out. Because you don't want to use the half court and the out of bounds lines as trap people. Man-to-man by the Red Raiders. Fox, lob. And that's going to be a push. And who'd they call this on? Yeah, I believe they called this on David Winfrey. So we're all knotted at 9. Jenkins coming back the other way. Jenkins all the way. Can't get it to go down. Strong rebound. You know what? I think that foul was not on David Winfrey. I think that was on David Key. Man-to-man once again. UC hands it way out top. Trying to run a little bit of motion here to try to spread some things for him. Furman turns, puts it up and in. Marcus Furman. 11-9, back come the Raiders. Jumper off the side of the iron by Terrence Vaughn. Robbie Rose in the ball game now. Turning it, Furman coming down the middle, bounces it to Utsi, and Del Utsi lays it up and in. Tell you what, they're getting good penetration. And it's back to a 4-point ball game. Vaughn's for 3 down. The Uniontown crowd letting Robbie Rose know here. This could be a hostile place to play. Rose coming all the way down the middle. Gets it swatted out of there. I think Chris Jacobs got that one. Pressure on Bryce Fox. Fox now having trouble. Backdoor cut. Utsi. And what'd they call? I think they got this one on Gier. Gier Jenkins. 4th Red Raider foul. Lob inside, tapped away. Uniontown with a chance to get the lead. The Raiders have not held the lead yet tonight. Adam Bozick in the game. Goes to Terrence Vaughns. Vaughns. Dump it inside. Can't get it to go down. They missed another one. McClee battles hard. And the ball belongs to the to the Connellsville Falcons. So Bozak, Brandon Duncan, and Kevin McClee in the ball game. And they turned it over again. They were trying to go to early. I'm not going to say it was touched by Kevin McClee. Sub coming. Bryce Fox comes back into the ball game. And Gier Jenkins back for the Red Raiders. Inside they go. Nice strip there by Nelson Jones. Ran down by Bozick. Bozick ahead to Gier Jenkins for the corner. Brandon Duncan sets the feet and buries it. And the Raiders have got the lead. 1 point, Uniontown area advantage. Robbie Rose with the crossover. Rose steps in. Nice job of ball movement. 3 on the way. Down. James Harrison. Second 3 of the ball game. Raiders to inbound. Gier Jenkins almost loses it, and that's going to bring us to an end of a very, very exciting first quarter. It's 16-15 Connellsville. You're watching high school basketball on Herald Standard Television.
Herald Standard High School basketball is brought to you by the following sponsors. Tire, the men who know tires best, located at 350 Pittsburgh Street in Uniontown, or call 438-8527. We have quality Michelin, BF Goodrich, and Uniroyal tires. Teletech is a worldwide leader in customer relationship management, utilizing the latest in telephone, email, and internet technologies to provide support for Fortune 500 companies. Centennial Chevrolet Dodge, located on Route 51 North in Uniontown, dealing in new and used cars and trucks. Call 438-2577. Centennial GMC Truck Incorporated, 231 East Fayette Street in Uniontown. Call 438-8531 and drive one home today. For the latest in digital office solutions, call the Office Heroes at Best Copier Company. Dial 439-BEST for sales, service, or supplies. That's 439-2378. Best Copier Company, an affiliate of Brothers Laser Service. Herald Standard Communities is your online source for Fayette County. Create a free website for your nonprofit organization in less than 20 minutes. We offer free training and free support. Basketball teams, players, cheerleaders, and boosters, create a free website and show your team spirit. Call Janelle Meckling at 434-1613 for more information.
Very nice job, everybody. Uniontown Area High School cheerleaders as we come into the second quarter here from A.J. Everhart Memorial Gymnasium, where the Connellsville Falcons lead the Raiders 16-15. Big first quarter for the freshman James Harrison. Threw 2 3-pointers and a bucket. He's got 8. 4 for Utsi, 4 for Marcus Furman. For the Uniontown Red Raiders, Brandon Duncan and Terrence Vaughns with 3s. And Winfrey, Nelson Jones, De'Aaron Jacobs with a bucket. The Red Raiders have also hit 3 free throws. Chris Jacobs has 2 of them. Connellsville to inbounds. Harrison coming all the way, and he lays it up and in, and he starts the second quarter the exact same way that he started the ball game. Connellsville advantage. Inside they go. Ball blocked out of there. Good rebound by David Key. Hairston, Rose, Key, Furman, and Bryce Fox and Utsi on the floor. The Red Raiders have their original starting. Nope, they have Duncan, Winfrey, ball tapped out her, and on the line. Now, do we get a foul on Winfrey? It's David Winfrey, Terrence Vaughns, Chris Jacobs, Brandon Duncan, and Nelson Jones. Bryce Fox inbounds high to Del Utsi. Dell's a very good baseball player, pitchers for the Falcons. Swing it, Key, jumper, won't go. But he gets his own rebound. We all know about Marcus Furman, second-team All-State halfback. What a great career he had for the Connellsville Falcons. Nice pass. Ball blocked out of it. Great job. Chris Jacobs. And now nearly stolen, and it is. Coming all the way, David Key dumps it down. They'll swing it to Robbie Rose. Fox goes right, but good spacing. They go back to Robbie Rose. Rose steps in, give it to Utsi. Utsi nearly walks. Now I think he did. Nope, jump ball, and it will go to the Red Raiders. I started out as a 2-on-1, and Connellsville couldn't finish. Connellsville with full court pressure now, man to man. They just lob it over the top to David Winfrey. And he'll work one-on-one out here against Bryce Fox. Winfrey picking up the dribble. David, it's got to be a little bit more conscious of that. Swinging it. Jacobs wants to break him down on a dribble. Nice defense by David Key. I tell you what, he's gotten good minutes, Billy Swan has, out of David Key off the bench right now. And he has got his subs coming. Robbie Rose trying to go around Terrence Vaughns. That's not a good matchup for Robbie Rose. He's got to handle the basketball. See, they got a little two-man game going over here. Jumper by Harrison out of the corner, and James Harrison has nailed his third three-pointer. 6-point Connellsville lead. It's their biggest lead since 7-1. Oh, my goodness. James Harrison rising to the occasion with the block shot. And coming back the other way. Great job. David Key follows. 23-15. 8-point Connellsville area advantage. And right now, Coach Shuck takes a 30-second timeout. Not happy with the Red Raiders. But I'll tell you what, James Harrison with the block shot, he had ups like Eric Zakovic there. And then leading the break the other way. And great hustle. Didn't get the Red Raider, but great hustle coming back the other way to get the block shot and force the miss. But David Key follows it. And right now, the Uniontown Red Raiders are trailing here to Connellsville, 23-15. Billy Swan has got to be extremely happy with the way the Falcons have played here in the first half. Utsi now comes out of the ball game. It's Furman, Brian Bundale, Rose Hairston, and Bryce Fox. Inbounds for Uniontown, nearly turned over. Now the Red Raiders are battling for it as Mark Campert's in the ball game for Uniontown. They'll get it up. Good catch by Nelson Jones. Right in the middle they go. Terrence Vaughns. Vaughns dumps it off, puts it up, can't get it to go down on the backside by Chris Jacobs, and Chris will go to the foul line. I think they may have called that on number 22, Brian Bundale. And to the line, Chris Jacobs. Jacobs is already 2 for 2 there. Looking for his third point, looking to stop this run. And he does. So a 7-0 run has been stopped. It's now 23-16 in favor of Connellsville. Jacobs can't get the second one, but a tough blow there as it comes off Brian Bundale's knee. Back into the ball game, or coming into the ball game for Connellsville area. Back in Mike Taft. Comes in for David Key, who really played well for Coach Swan's Falcons. Man-to-man. Around Winfrey, nice bounce down. Nelson Jones, whistle walk. The Red Raiders are just not crisp right now. And the freshman here putting on a little bit of a show. 13 for James Hairston. Now he's going to work the middle against the 1-3-1. I like this decision here. Split the top, run a little high-low. Get spacing, and a whistle and a hold. And they call this, I believe, on Mark Camper. Mark's first foul. Taft now splits it, whistle, hold on Mark Camper. So Mark Camper has quickly come in, picked up 2 quick fouls. Still not at the limit, 6. They need one more to go 1-on-1. And the ball is kept right there as Terrence Vaughns was able to get his hand on it. They were trying to go down to Brian Bundale. Harrison turns, gets pressured, and he was on the sideline. So the Red Raiders now will get the ball back. And Winfrey now will work against Marcus Furman. And Winfrey has it knocked off his knee. So Connellsville now forcing Uniontown in a ton of mistakes. Swing it against the 1-3-1. Taft trying to split it. And Taft's going to be called for a walk. Now a couple kids from Connellsville trying to do a little bit too much. Instead of beginning ball game, very crisp with their offense. They're doing a lot of good things, and now Uniontown wants to take a timeout. And Coach Shuck, not a happy camper again. Got the 4:24 mark, 23-16. Uniontown trails Connellsville here. Both of these teams, as we said, undefeated in Section 2. It's an 9-2 Uniontown Red Raider team. It's an 11-2 Connellsville Falcon team. Both did very, very well in Christmas tournaments the last weekend over the Christmas break. Connellsville finishing second in the McKeesport Christmas tournament, defeating the host McKeesport and losing to West Mifflin, a very good AAA team. And then Uniontown, winners of the Franklin Regional Christmas Tournament, they defeated Beaver Falls in the opening night game and then come back to beat Franklin Regional for the title. And so we stand as Uniontown inbounds with Nelson Jones inbounds. They get it to Terrence Vaughns. Vaughns now quickly gets it ahead. Now the Raiders now will try to get into that offense. Just runs them down screen. They don't do anything fancy. Quickly they go to the corner. Jumper out of the way and down. Mark Campert for three. 23-19, 4-point advantage now. They've led by as many as 7. Biggest lead of the night Connellsville has had. Now the pressure coming. I tell you, and Connellsville just not doing a good job now of handling it. They get it back to Marcus Furman. Furman turns, and David Winfrey picks up the foul. We got David for number 2. Winfrey will be called for the hold. '16 foul for Uniontown area. So you see we'll get it to the corner. Bryce Fox, so you can't do that. You cannot throw that ball to the corner against them because they're going to trap it right now. They did a great job early of splitting the top, getting the ball back into the high post. And now they're trying to throw it in that corner. That's the spot you don't want to go with it. Here. Good move. Coming all the way. Gets it blocked by Harrison is Nelson Jones. Furman now will bring it as they try to get into it. James Harrison, middle of the floor. And Harrison nearly walks right to it. It's got Connellsville a little bit befuddled. They turn it over. And you know what? The Red Raiders give it right back. David Key gets it. Very sloppy right now over the last course of this 2 minutes. In they go. Swing it. David Key. I tell you what, the Raiders are picking up the pressure. Furman, here's what you want. Bryce Fox jumper is down for 3. (26-19). Patience and look backside. Inside they go. Chris Jacobs has it blocked. Vaughns gets it right back, goes inside. Chris Jacobs gets the layup. And we have an injury, and this looks like it may be Marcus Furman. Wow. And Furman still down to Connellsville. At the 2:21 mark here of quarter number 2. And the Red Raiders trailing this one 26-21. Furman right now, Marcus has only got 4 points, but tell you what, he has been a force handling the basketball for them. And as a senior, a good stabilizing force right now. But he is down. And it looks like the Uniontown trainer is looking at Marcus's ankle. As they continue to make sure Marcus is all right. Uniontown trying to get themselves somewhat back in the ball game here. They have not played well here in this second quarter. Billy Swan, the head coach of the Connellsville Falcons, out. And they're going to get Marcus up here. And we'll see, and doesn't look like he's going to put much pressure. Looks like it's his ankle, and hopefully this is not very serious. He's putting some pressure on it, so this may be a good sign. Tell you what a phenomenal, phenomenal football player Marcus Furman of Connellsville is. Just continuing that great traditions of tailbacks at the Connellsville High School. I'll tell you what, very disappointing season for the Falcons in football. Not what they expected. But that young man had some great ball games against some great competition. So Robbie Rose replaces Furman. Pressure coming by the Red Raiders, and the ball is tapped by Terrence Vaughns. Fox and Harrison out. They're going to have to handle the basketball now. Nearly stolen. Great hustle by Bozak. Tapped back into Robbie Rose. Man-to-man now by Uniontown. Rose handling the basketball. Connellsville spreading the floor here a little bit. They're still getting too many people on one side of the floor. Bryce Fox thought about it. Now they go back door. Harrison walked with the basketball. But this is going to be a big 2-minute stretch here for Connellsville area. There's Furman out of the ball game. You got a 5-point lead. You played exceptionally well here in half number 1 against the Red Raiders. Got to keep the composure right here. Vaughn bounces it down to Jacobs. Chris, nice spin move to the glass. Lays it up and in. They've cut it to 3 now, Uniontown has. Brandon Duncan now watching Robbie Rose. Duncan, I think that's a good matchup for him. Pressure coming now. Adam Bozak on Harrison. And what do we get here? We're going to get a foul on Brandon Duncan, I do believe. They're going to get him for a hold. Uniontown gets a ton of holding penalties. Harrison is going to go to the line here to shoot some free throws. And his first one on the way and down. 14th point here for Harrison. That's it. Put it in the foul spot. Second one by Harrison. Rattles up and in. Got them both. First 2 free throws. I think Connellsville shot tonight. Back to a 5-point lead for the Falcons. Bozak against Brian Bundell, number 22. Good move coming all the way and can't get it to go down as Chris Jacobs. But a good move by Jacobs to the hole. And Chris is going to go to the line. Chris has already been to the line 3 or 4 times tonight. He has got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Chris looking for his 8th point tonight. And Chris got it. Cuts it back to 28-24. And Chris buries them both. So it's now 28-25. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points for Chris Jacobs. He leads the Raiders. Robbie Rose now running the offense for Connellsville. Brandon Duncan watches him. A little 1-4 set going. They're going to try to spread the floor a little bit. Harrison cuts it back, puts it up, back of the iron, won't go. Nelson Jones rebounds, and the Raiders now with a chance to cut this thing even closer or tie it with a 3-pointer. Vaughn, we're tied. Second 3 of the ball game for Terrence Vaughns. This thing is all tied at 28. 12-2 run are the Uniontown Red Raiders. Early, having trouble, ball on the deck. Chance there, now they go to Duncan. The Uniontown, nice job here by Bryce Fox, and the Raiders now with a chance to take the lead before the end of the half. Jacobs on the wing, loses it to Harrison and back from Connellsville. Swing it, Rose will fling it. Whoa. That's the end of the first half. What a first half we've had. We have played 16 minutes. We're back to even. It's the Uniontown Red Raiders 28, the Connellsville Falcons 28. You're watching high school basketball on Herald Standard Television.
Herald Standard High School basketball is brought to you by the following sponsors. Fayette Tire, the men who know tires best, located at 350 Pittsburgh Street in Uniontown, or call 438-8527. We have quality Michelin, BF Goodrich, and Uniroyal tires. Teletech. Teletech is a worldwide leader in customer relationship management, utilizing the latest in telephone, email, and internet technologies to provide support for Fortune 500 companies. Centennial Chevrolet Dodge, located on Route 51 North in Uniontown, dealing in new and used cars and trucks. Call 438-2577. Day Centennial GMC Truck Incorporated, 231 East Fayette Street in Uniontown. Call 438-8531 and drive one home today. For the latest in digital office solutions, call the Office Heroes at Best Copier Company. Dial 439-BEST for sales, service, or supplies. That's 439-2378. Best Copier Company, an affiliate of Brothers Laser Service.
Selecting an attorney can be difficult. Did you know that there are almost 1 million attorneys in the United States? Did you know that a national board measures their experience and expertise, and that fewer than 2,200 achieve certification? Did you know that only 30 attorneys in the country were certified in both civil and criminal law? Did you know that 2 of them live and work right here? Meet James and Samuel Davis, the hometown professionals at Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law.
Herald Standard Communities is your online source for Fayette County. Create a free website for your nonprofit organization in less than 20 minutes. We offer free training and free support. Basketball teams, players, cheerleaders, and boosters, create a free website and show your team spirit. Call Janelle Meckling at 434-1613 for more information. Alarm monitoring systems located at 60 Lebanon Avenue in Uniontown. We sell, service, and install. The cost of annual monitoring is $96. Our own 24-hour local central station offers monitoring of security systems and 24-hour emergency repair service. We also offer medical alert, fire safety, insurance deduction. Call 439-1180 or 437-6101.
And we welcome you back to A.J. Everhart Gymnasium here at Uniontown, Pennsylvania, Uniontown Area High School. And what a first half we had here between the two teams, 2 of the 3 teams undefeated in Section 2. The Red Raiders 28, the Connellsville Falcons 28. 13-12 second quarter advantage for Uniontown, and we have ourselves a tie ball game. The leading scorers in the ball game, James Harrison, the freshman from Connellsville, 15 points. He has got 3 3-pointers, 2 of 2 from the foul line for 15. And for Uniontown, Chris Jacobs making a mark at the foul line. 5 free throws, 2 buckets. Chris has 9. He leads the Red Raiders. Terrence Vaughns with 7, 2 threes, and a foul shot. Back we come quickly, start the second half. Air ball on the way by the freshman Harrison. Jenkins pushes it up. Dier cuts it in, puts it up. Dier can't get it to go down. So let's see who the 5 is. See if Marcus Furman has returned. It is Harrison, Early, Taft, Bryce Fox, and Utsi, so no Marcus Furman. And this ball is nearly turned over. For the Red Raiders, it's the original starting 5. Nelson Jones with the steal. Raiders running back the other way. And a whistle, and this will be on Bryce Fox, number 33. And we have Bryce for his second, and that'll be the team's first here in the second half. Jones, Winfrey, Vaughns, Jenkins, and Nelson Jones. Winfrey penetrates, tries to kick it back out. Bryce Fox got a hand on it. Very sloppily played second quarter. Uniontown trailed at 1 point, 23-6. Nice move there by David Winfrey. And the Raiders have got their first lead of the night. 14, the 2-run by Uniontown. And we get a 10-second violation on Connellsville. And for the first time, maybe tonight, you can see Connellsville maybe letting this thing start to slip away a little bit. They played so well through most of the first half. But without Marcus Furman, it's going to be a mountain to climb now. Winfrey, David holds it between the circles. Baseline move, no walk call, and Jacobs is going to go to the glass, and Del Uzi is going to be called for the foul. We have Dale for his first. And to the line, Chris Jacobs looking for double figures here. Jacobs already with 5 free throws. He always seems to get to the line a lot. Chris does a good job down on the blocks. Chris can't get that one to go down. Second one coming on the way. And it is down. Chris gets it. 10th point of the ball game. Uniontown's biggest lead of the night at 31-28. Robbie Rose will handle the basketball now for Connellsville. De'Aaron Jenkins now trying to turn him. To the corner they go. Good help by De'Aaron Jenkins on the postman as Terrence Vaughn. I'll tell you what, James Hairston is actually lividly pushing off on Terrence Vaughn, and we get a foul, and I believe that's going to come down on Chris Jacobs. Team first here in the second half. Uniontown Connellsville will inbound. Way out they go. David Winfrey, good hands by David. And he tried to push it ahead to Jacobs to try to keep it alive. And Robbie Rose with an off-balance shot. That's not what Billy Swan wanted. Here comes the Uniontown Red Raiders. Winfrey now. Nice pass. Jacobs, Terrence Vaughn lays it up and in. And Connellsville wants a timeout. Now it's a 5-point ball game, 33-28. Uniontown starts the second half on a 5-0 run. I'll tell you what, nice pass by David Winfrey. Little hesitation, stutter start, blew by his man, and a nice little one-hand bounce pass over to Terrence Vaughn. And Connellsville now, they want to talk this over just a little bit. Billy Swan, he's got to regroup his kids right now. This thing was a 23-16 Connellsville lead at one time. And right now, it's a 17, the 2-run. Our Harold Standard High School basketball game Friday night will take us to Perryopolis, Pennsylvania, where St. Joe's of Natrona Heights will come a-calling on a very, very strong Fraser Commodore team. Fraser tonight in Coriopolis taking on Cornell. So that's our game Friday night, St. Joe's and Fraser. And that ball and trap coming there. They've got Robbie Rose tied up. Hairston, nice scoop shot by James Hairston. And we get a walk on Uniontown. Coming down that sideline. Or did he step on the sideline? Dave Shuck wanted to know. Rose handles the ball against De'Aaron Jenkins. Trying to spread it for a nice crossover. Good penetrating move. One step tap, can't get it to go down. No foul call. Back come the Terrence Vaughn's around Harrison to the glass, and Robbie Rose is going to pick up the foul. Second team foul here in the second half on Connellsville area. And to the line will go one Terrence Vaughn's. Terrence with 9 points on the day, looking for number 10. And Terrence has got himself into double figures. Uniontown by 4. The biggest lead has been 5. Try to get that back right here on Terrence Vaughn's second free throw. He got them both. So it's 35-30. Pressure in full court by Uniontown. Rose once again around De'Aaron Jenkins, and they force a turnover. Here comes Dave Winfrey leading the break. If they hurry, it's 3-on-1. Nice pass to Jenkins on a great block there. Coming out of nowhere was James Harrison from the backside. 5:11 left here in quarter number 3. Uniontown on a 7-2 run to start the second half. Here, Jenkins. Vaughn's, Terrence buries it. (37-30) Uniontown. Biggest lead of the night for the Red Raiders. Good pressure now by Terrence Vaughn. Terrence working Harrison hard. Harrison try to dump it down. They'll keep it right here with the Connellsville area Falcons. 6, 10, 12, 13 now for Terrence. Way lead ahead. They skip it now. They go back to the corner finally to Bryce Fox, and Bryce Fox can't get it to go down. Quickly, David Winfrey comes up, puts it on the baseline to Chris Jacobs. David Winfrey now, and Harrison, nice hands. I'll tell you what, quick hands by the freshman. Nelson Jones with it. Here comes David Winfrey coming all the way. David trying to bounce pass it down to Jacobs. Take it out of there, and Connellsville now will bring it the other way. The Falcons trail by 7. 4 dudes. There was like 4 people from Uniontown. David Winfrey's going to pick up a foul here. Now we got David for number 3. A little commercialism there by the Uniontown fans. So Connellsville will take it out on the side. 7-point Red Raider advantage, their biggest of the night. They have battled back from being as far as 7 down. And now Terrence Vaughn's going to get a foul for a hold. I'll tell you what, see, there's a push by James Harrison they don't call. Winfrey now working against Bryce Fox. See, and Bryce Fox is having all kind of problems right now. Their offense right now is just really, really stagnated. Uniontown has turned it up on the defensive end. Winfrey now. Here comes the down screens by the Red Raiders. They don't do a whole lot offensive. They are very, very basic. Jacobs now looks back inside to Nelson Jones, and Nelson Jones knocks it down. That's Nelson's first bucket since early in the ball game. Town by 9 now. They put the ball now in the hands of the freshman against Terrence Vaughn. And Terrence Vaughn picks him right in the middle of the floor, coming all the way. And we're going to get a foul on James Harrison. And things right now are starting to go the Uniontown Red Raiders' way. Terrence Vaughn is going to the line. Terrence looking for point number 14 here. And Terrence can't get it to go down. That's very uncharacteristic of Terrence. This is a pretty decent free throw shooting basketball team. Jacobs, Vaughns, Winfrey, Deere, Jacobs, Nelson, Jones. These guys usually knock them down. Got the second one. 10-point advantage. This thing right now, how about a 24-7 run here over the last quarter and a half. Robbie Rose handling the basket. He's going to get another 5-second call there. Utsi turns the corner, comes all the way, can't get to go down. Nice tap in by Harrison. Big bucket because they had been struggling offensively. They needed something. Baseline move, can't get to go down, but we're going to get a foul. Utsi's going to pick it up. Dale's going to get his second. And Mr. Jacobs is going to go to the line here. And rolls it down and through. You can start to see a little bit of fatigue setting in on the faces of the Connellsville Falcons. Bryce Fox back in the ball game for Connellsville. Chris's second free throw, strokes them both. Now got 12, Chris does. So 2 Red Raiders in double figures. Took a loss of Marcus Furman really has hurt this team offensively. You know what? He's going to get another 5-second call because all he's doing is going sideline to sideline. Tell you what, if you want to attack Connellsville, the guards right now without Marcus Furman here are not real strong. Jacobs tried to go cross court to Deere Jenkins, and David Key with the steal. See, they're just not strong with the basketball right now. Penetrating, Hairston puts it up. We get a whistle on the floor. And that is going to be on David Winfrey. Inside they go. Utsi puts it up and in. Dale Utsi. 6-pointer of the night. 41-34, 7-point advantage. Connellsville trying to hang around here. Winfrey trying to go around. Nice pass. Jacobs lays it up and in. Nice look from David Winfrey. Crossover, Harrison down the lane. And right now, I think we're going to get this on Terrence Vaughns. And right now, Billy Swan has kind of just put the ball in the hands of James Harrison and trying to let him create here. Because his other guards have kind of gotten shell-shocked a little bit, to say. Keep it right here with Connellsville. Adam Bozick in the game for David Winfrey. I think David, with his 4th foul, has kind of put himself back on the bench. You know what? They just hit the banking board. I think I said it was tapped by a Red Raider. See, Robbie Rose is just right now, he needs to put the ball, and now we're going to get a foul on Adam Bozick. Not really letting them play. Trouble coming. They get it into Harrison. Bryce Fox thought about it. Rose against Bozak. Bozak trying to want it. Oh, Rose coming all the way. Can't get it to go down. Rebound. Here come the Raiders. They're running. Jenkins all alone. Deere's fouled. Nelson Jones with the near tip dunk. And with 1:24, we got ourselves a 44-34 ball game. And the foul was on Bryce Fox, and that's Bryce's second, they said. And they called an intentional foul. How about that? And De'Aaron Jenkins is going to go to the line. De'Aaron's been held to just 2 points here. Can't get it to go down. Very strange. Didn't think it was that much of a foul, but they called an intentional. And De'Aaron gets the second one. So 45-34. Raiders by 11. Biggest lead of the night. We got 1:24 in that third quarter. And Connellsville in this quarter have scored just 6 points. The Jacobs they go. Adam Bozic now will run the offense, and we get a whistle. And we get a what? What do we get here? Uniontown turns it over. Now the Raiders play in spurts. And right now, they had the chance to really maybe nail the coffin right there. Rose turns the corner, tries to go back outside to Uchi. Uchi forces his way through, and Del Uchi puts it up and in. 9-point lead. To the corner they go. Rose watching Adam Bozic. They come back out to Nelson. I'll tell you what, nearly a walk there by Nelson. But just the way that the passes are, they don't get the ball in good spots sometimes. Nice pass there to Jones. Squares the feet. Nelson Jones buries the jumper. .47 now, 36 in the back to an 11-point ball game. But, you know, there are times where they just don't get the ball in good shape. (19-8) Uniontown advantage here in quarter number 3. Bryce Fox, they go right back to the middle. And they clear down against the man-to-man. So Robbie Rose just needs to be a little bit more aggressive. That's an aggressive move there. Del Uchi nearly walked with the basketball. Uniontown strips it out of there. Quickly they get it ahead. Jacobs coming all the way. Scoop shot won't go. Jacobs can't get it to finish. Lead it ahead. Here comes Connellsville. Harrison trying to go around people. Harrison coming all the way. He scoops it up and in. And that brings us to the end of quarter number 3. Well, Uniontown has pushed herself out a 19-10 quarter. And the Red Raiders lead this one 47-38. You're watching high school basketball on Herald Standard Television.
Herald Standard High School basketball is brought to you by the following sponsors. Fayette Tire, the men who know tires best, located at 350 Pittsburgh Street in Uniontown, or call 438-8527. We have quality Michelin, BF Goodrich, and Uniroyal tires. Teletech is a worldwide leader in customer relationship management, utilizing the latest in telephone, email, and internet technologies to provide support for Fortune 500 companies. Centennial Chevrolet Dodge, located on Route 51 North in Uniontown, dealing in new and used cars and trucks. Call 438-2577. Day Centennial GMC Truck Incorporated, 231 East Fayette Street in Uniontown. Call 438-8531 and drive one home today. For the latest in digital office solutions, call the Office Heroes at Best Copier Company. Dial 439-BEST for sales, service, or supplies. That's 439-2378. Best Copier Company, an affiliate of Brothers Laser Service.
For almost 25 years, Davis & Davis has been providing legal help for local people involved in accidents, trip and fall, defective products, drunk driving victims. Get the help you need at Davis & Davis, a team of professionals working for you.
All right, as we come back to A.J. Everhart Memorial Gymnasium in Uniontown, Pennsylvania, the Red Raiders lead this thing 47-38. Connellsville outscored 19-10. And really the downfall this quarter for Connellsville area, that beginning of the third quarter where Uniontown really was able to pick it up, turning a 28-28 halftime deficit into as much as an 11-point lead. Connellsville has got it back to 9 here at 47-38. The key probably right now is no Marcus Furman here. Furman with a sprained ankle will not return. And the Connellsville Falcons now trying to find somebody to pick up some of the ball handling slack because their guards have really been hampered here in quarter number 3. James Harrison leads Connellsville with 18 points for Uniontown. It's 14 apiece from Chris Jacobs and Terrence Vaughn's. Very good balance right now for the Uniontown area Red Raiders, and they will start the fourth and final period on offense. Del Ucci has chipped in with 8. Furman had 4 before he left, and Bryce Fox with a 3. Connellsville hit 4 threes. Uniontown 1, 2, 3, 4 also, so we're even there. Ball tapped out of bounds to start the fourth quarter. Nelson Jones and Nelson, see what the Red Raiders got. We got Chris Jacobs, Nelson Jones, Brandon Duncan in the ball game, Terrence Vaughn's, and it looks like De'Aaron Jenkins. And we'll get Connellsville's for you here. The Falcons look like they call him Bryce Fox, James Harrison, Del Ucci, Robbie Rose, and it should be David Key. And now Red Raiders trying to run a little bit of motion here. Maybe go to that stall game they like to go to. Fourth corner, Nelson Jones going around. Jones and David Key. Tell you what, Harrison and Key get off the floor extremely well for Connellsville. And they go. De'Aaron Jenkins sets the feet, buries the 3. And De'Aaron finally gets off the slide. His first bucket since way early in the ball game. 50-38, 12-point Uniontown area. Ball's knocked off the young legs. Good shot of the Connellsville bench. And third-year head coach Billy Swan. Robbie Rose now will handle the basketball for Connellsville. Adam Bozik's watching him man-to-man. Uniontown man-to-man all over the floor right now. Once again, Rose picks up the dribble in the corner. Key crossover coming all the way. Can't get it to go down. Good move. Harrison with good hustle, but he bounces it off his own self as he was trying to get the ball. Tell you what, though, I tell you what, he's going to be an impressive freshman here. Inbounds comes all the way to Chris Jacobs. They'll get it back to Adam Bozick. Harrison's going to watch Bozick. They're coming with a little bit of a trap here, Connellsville is. They're running and jumping. Uniontown's just got to move the basketball. Jenkins sets the feet. He's got back-to-back triples. And Billy Swan's worst nightmare is a wake-up call for De'Aaron Jenkins. And Adam Bozick going to get a foul from behind. Now it's a 15-point advantage, and Connellsville really looking at an uphill climb here now. As De'Aaron Jenkins has come out here in the fourth quarter after being held with just the one bucket through the first 3 quarters and a free throw. De'Aaron's come out and hit back-to-back doubles, and that's typical of De'Aaron. He can get hot just like Terrence Vaughn's. They're 2 of the more streaky shooters, but when they're on, they're dangerous. Down for Rose, and the one-on-one is first bucket here for Robbie Rose. First points of the fourth quarter for Connellsville. Rose can't get the second, but there's Harrison. Harrison gets underneath the bottom of the paper. Battles hard. Tell you what, that young man plays extremely hard in there. I think we're going to get that on Nelson Jones. Harrison will go live. He's got 18 on the night. So a chance here to get a three-point play a very unconventional way. And it's back of the iron. Rolls around and doesn't go down. It's definitely a fact here. There's a loss of Marcus Furman here. Missed them both. Jacobs with a good rebound for Uniontown. Really has hurt them in the guard play. So everybody wants to pick the dribble up here. Jacobs to the corner. 3 for 3? No. Good rebound by Terrence Vaughns. Even a better pass down inside to Nelson Jones. 14-point lead. Ball on the deck. Jacobs battles for it, and I think we're going to get a jump ball. It'll go with the Connellsville area Falcons. So, if Uniontown can hold on and LH can hold on, they would be the only two remaining undefeated section teams. This would be Connellsville's first section loss, but it would be 2 losses in a row. Ball still on the deck. Uniontown with the force the turnover. Nice job of breaking the press. Nice pass from Nelson Jones to D.R. Jenkins, and Billy Swan wants to topple it over because they have pushed it out to a 19-point advantage at 57-38. And I'll tell you what, this has been 57-39 since the beginning of the second half. Well, let's take a look. The ball game was 23-16. From that point on, it has been all Uniontown. Uniontown has outscored Connellsville from that point 41-14. Play them numbers, Eric. 41-14. Go 4-1-1-4. And it has been on the strength of that defense. They have really turned the Connellsville Falcon guards over. Well, D.R. Jenkins now, how about 6'10", 11? He's in double digits now. He's in with Chris Jacobs and Terrence Vaughns and Nelson Jones with 2, 4, 6, 8. So starting to get a whole lot of people near the double digits, and that's what Coach Shuck wants. How about the hustle there by Adam Bozick to tip the ball from behind? These two teams will rematch January 30th in Connellsville. Good job there. David Key battling hard, 4th point of the night. 57-41. We got ourselves a 16-point Red Raider advantage. Stolen. Here come the Falcons. Harrison leading the break. Lob it up. Oh, pretty. David Key with the lob dunk from James Harrison. And all of a sudden, it's back to 14. And Connellsville playing with a little bit of enthusiasm now again. I tell you what, should Uniontown hold on and win this ball game, when they go into Connellsville, that's going to be a battle. David Winfrey back in the ball game for Bozick. And he nearly turns it over. Nice pass there, though, to D.R. Jenkins from Nelson Jones. Jenkins took a little slip, slide, a little shot. And we're going to get officials time here. Make sure De'Aaron's all right. Offensively, at times, they have not been smooth, but defensively, they have been all over the place tonight. As Uniontown has grabbed a 59-43 advantage over Connellsville. Way lead they go. They just turned it over. They were trying to go deep to David Key. And they turn it over, and Town's going to get the ball underneath their own basket. Jenkins out of the ball game. Brandon Duncan back in. 5:10 left here. Uniontown in control by 16. Jacobs gets the basketball. They try to swing it back out. So Connellsville does a pretty good job defensively. I think what happened here was they got into a little bit too much of up and down, and we talked about that beginning of the ball game, that you cannot do that with the Red Raiders. Winfrey, the Jacobs, the Vaughns, to Terrence back into Nelson Jones. And Connellsville now really coming with a lot of pressure. Uniontown's going to get something easy if they just be patient and look. Duncan in trouble. Brandon nearly has it stolen, and we're going to get a turnover. And Coach Shuck, not a happy camper. I don't know when Coach Shuck is a happy camper, Eric. Taft now back in the ball game. Rose tries to turn the corner. Harrison gets it, blocked. Great job by Terrence Vaughns. Showing some ups. Harrison steps on the out-of-bounds line. Wow, Terrence Vaughns showing a little ups there. So I kind of like the dudes down at the bottom of the bleachers, man. They make this place. And what'd they do here? And the ref has asked the bottom to leave. And I'll tell you what, we had one of these last year against Laurel Highlands. I don't know what they were doing. They were just cheering, weren't they? They were not saying anything derogative. And I think what he wants is them just to sit down, but you know, they haven't done anything. Now the Raiders will get the ball after the stoppage of play. We had one of these last year, Uniontown LH ball on the deck. Still on the deck, nice pass. And Taft, that's just a jump ball. That's great defense by Nelson Jones. And now the Connellsville faithful from along the other side start yapping a little bit here. And what do we got? That was a jump ball. There was no foul there. But they're going to call a foul on Nelson Jones. Taft's free throw is up back of the iron. I don't know about that call. Pierre Jenkins back in the ball game for the Uniontown Red Raiders. Back of the iron again. And ran down by number 22. And that's Brian Bonelli. There's a long three back of the iron. Bonelli battles hard. Rebound by Chris Jacobs. And we're going to get a foul on Mike Taft. I think we got Mike Taft. That's it for him. He's going to be gone. So as we said, our next ball game Friday night at Perryopolis, Pennsylvania. It's the St. Joseph Matronite. Don't know the nickname. And it'll be the Fraser Commodores. The Doors are on a roll. And they're coming off the championship of the Magic City Classic. And it'll be the first time they've been home in a while, and it'll be the Commodores and St. Joe's. Uniontown's next ball game, a really nice, interesting matchup Friday night. Good exhibition game for the Red Raiders. And they'll travel to Alumni Hall in Oakland to take on Pittsburgh Central Catholic. The Vikings were number one in Quad A last week, but they were upset at the Penn Hill shootout. Free throw down by David Winfrey. David's got his fifth point of the ball game. They were upset at the Penn Hill shootout by Mount Lebanon. But that's always a very good ball game and a very tough place to play Alumni Hall. Good rebound by Connellsville as Bryce Fox got it. For Connellsville, back to the section wars Friday night. The Ringgold Rams come to town. Nice pass. Bonelli can't handle it. Quickly gets it back to Bryce Fox, though. Red Raiders playing some good, strong, tough man-to-man. around Winfrey. Dump it back inside. Will not go by Brian Bonelli. And back come the Uniontown Red Raiders. Nelson Jones, who almost walks, but he's able to hold the pivot foot. Vaughn's now feeling the pressure. Good step through. Nearly stepped away, and now it is. No foul there. Back they come. Harrison spin move. And he'll skip it to Bryce to the Rose, and he finds Bonelli down on the blocks for the layup, and Billy Swan wants a timeout. Dave Shuck once again. And Coach Shuck with a 60-45 ball game, up by 15. Not happy with his team's play. Hey, and ain't that the dude they just threw out the gym, Eric? Wow, he must have come over the top bleacher. He must have come over that up into the second deck as the Red Raider cheerleaders perform. I'll tell you what, a great crowd on hand here at Uniontown area. A lot of excitement in the gymnasium. I'll tell you what, these are two county rivals. It's a shame that they don't get along, they don't play in football anymore. This used to be a great opening game in the 80s, 70s, and 80s. Connellsville and Uniontown used to be one of the better opening ball games of the season, but they have not played football in some time. They play in every other sport but football. Inbounds comes. That's Chris Jacobs. Jacobs will skip it across, and the Red Raiders will push it across the timeline. Jacobs coming all the way. Nice move, Chris Jacobs. See what, he's had a nice ball game tonight for the Red Raiders. Harrison nearly stolen. Now what do we got? It's going to come off of David Winfrey's hands. Chris now with 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 on the night. And they're going to call a foul. See, that's not a foul. Robbie, David Winfrey is going to get the foul, and I think David's going to go again. And David, little smile on his face there. David finishes the night with 5 points for the Uniontown area Red Raiders. Did a nice job, though, running the offense. Robbie Rose looking for his second point of the night, and he bounces it off the back of the iron. Fatigue has got to be setting in here on Connellsville. Tell you what, that's not a good sign either that James Harrison is going off the floor, limping. 21 for him. Missed the second one. Raiders coming back the other way, and guess who's wide open? De'Air Jenkins. A 19-point lead. That's the biggest lead of the night. They've had it on one other occasion. Jumper by Bryce Fox is down for three. Second three by Fox, and it's 64-48. 2:44 left. Set you up, as we said, Friday night. It's St. Joe's at Fraser. And next week, a big week. 1, 2, 3, 4 ball games next week. And we will start with the Tuesday night matchup. It's a section matchup. Class AA. Best center will be at Carmichael's. Carmichael's tonight, a big ball game with Charleroi. Best center was playing Burgettstown. So it's best center at Carmichael's. Next Thursday night, January 11th, down at Brownsville. It's the Lady Raiders of Waynesburg Central against the Lady Falcons of Brownsville area. It'll be our first chance to look at the Lady Falcons. They're coming off their first loss of the year. They've been playing pretty good basketball, but a loss to Hempfield in the Hempfield Christmas Championship game. And then next Friday night, It's the Eric Zakovic doubleheader as LH at Uniontown. He's going to be at both games. He will make appearances, he said. It'll be LH at Uniontown and Waynesburg Central at Brownsville, and that's Friday the 12th. So a big week of basketball next week. Couple big rivalry games in there. And then, tell you what, Eric's going to spend 2 nights in a row at the Brownsville High School Gymnasium, the girls' game and the boys' game. And then LH is coming right over here, and I'll tell you what, get your tickets for that one, especially if everything goes the way and they're both undefeated in this section. This looks like a scrum right there. And now it's going to be called over and back. Antonio Thomas in the ball game for Connellsville area. Uniontown still with their 5. Adam Bozick runs the show now with Winfrey. David has fouled out. Jenkins to Nelson Jones. Now pulled back out here, try to run some clock. Jenkins cuts it back in. Just need to be patient here. Run the offense a little bit. Jones tries to spin. He is hooked and held. And Nelson Jones is going to go to the foul line. Nelson, 2-4-6-8. Looking for his 9th point here as he goes to the line to shoot for 1-1. Second foul of the ball game on Robbie Rose. Good. Nelson Jones, a couple of really nice passes tonight. Did a nice job of distributing the basketball. He can't get the 1-on-1 to go down, but he's able to battle for the rebound and keep it alive for Uniontown. And they'll be able to run some more clock here. Terrence Vaughn's, nice pass. De'Aaron Jenkins got it to go down. Good. De'Aaron started this quarter with 3 points, and he has had a big fourth quarter. We got him for 17. Utsi back the other way. And Del Utsi has got double figures for Uniontown, for Connellsville area. 16-point Red Raider advantage with 1:47 left, and we're going to get a foul now on Bryce Fox. Yeah, De'Aaron started this quarter with just 3 points. How about 2 for his half? Now he has 2 for 6, 8, 10, 16, 17 for Mr. Jenkins. 16 for Chris Jacobs, we do believe. 16 for Chris Jacobs, 17 for De'Aaron Jenkins. Terrence got the free throw to go down. Terrence makes them both. 68-50, 18-point Red Raider advantage. 2, 4, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 now for Mr. Vons. And rolling it up and in is David Key with his 8th, and Connellsville takes time out. Coach Shuck still not happy. Well, excuse me, to win here, Uniontown's going to hold on. The Red Raiders are going to go to 10-2 overall. More importantly, they'll go 4-0 in a section for Billy Swan's Falcons. They'll go to 11-3 in all. They'll fall to 2-1 in section play. And Friday night, as we said, Uniontown has the off night in the section, but not an off night to play. They've got themselves a tough one Friday night. At Alumni Hall in Oakland, Pittsburgh Central Catholic, they'll take on the Vikings. And for Connellsville, it's back to Connellsville, Pennsylvania. And they will take on Phil Pergoli and the Ringgold Rams. Ericans Company, they're moving on Friday night. Perryopolis, Pennsylvania. It's St. Joe's of Natrona Heights and the Fraser Commodores as our high school basketball game of the week for Friday night. And then next week, as we said, some big ball games. We'll start it out with a Tuesday night encounter. Best Center at Carmichael's. And then next week, we have a girls game Thursday night, Waynesburg at Brownsville. Friday night, LH right back here. LH will be up at Uniontown. Right back here, as we said, at A.J. Everhart. And then also Waynesburg Central at Brownsville in their little battle. And I'll tell you what, that'll be a little bit of a heated one as the Falcons trying to keep pace with the Bell Area Leopards. Waynesburg trying to hang on to a playoff bid. They played pretty well over Christmas. Had a chance to watch them against 2 times. They did a pretty good job. Brownsville coming off a big Christmas tournament win over championship over in the East Allegheny Christmas tournament. And Terrence Vaughn's now having all kind of trouble, but they get it ahead. And nice bounce pass there, and what they call it? They call it a walk. So turnover by Bozak. Back come the Connellsville Falcons. Bobby Rose can't get it to go. Rebound Dear Jenkins, but it's tapped away. And Brian Bonelli can't knock it. Oh, that's blocked. Coming all the way in, Antonio Thomas. 68-54. Dear Jenkins now will skip it across to Nelson Jones. Back come the Raiders with 57. 14-point Red Raider advantage. They trailed by as many as 7 in the first half, Uniontown did. But a 41-14 spurt from the middle of the second quarter to the middle of the fourth. And sealed the fate of the Connellsville Falcons. I'll tell you what, Connellsville played very well here in the first half. The loss of Marcus Furman, I think, maybe the biggest underlying factor, because their guards then in the third quarter just got chewed up by Uniontown's pressure. And fouls on Bryce Fox, his third. And Nelson Jones goes to the line. And Nelson buries the free throw. He has 9 now. Looking for Nelson to get into double figures here for Uniontown. And he does. So Nelson Jones with 70, 4 of the 5 starters for Uniontown in double figures. And I'll tell you what, that's great scoring balance. And David Winfrey got 5 out of the point guard spot. Up and in they go with Brian Bonelli. Jones, Nelson. Back the other way. Nelson now has got 12, and back come the Raiders. It's Chris Jacobs. And I don't think Uniontown's going to shoot this ball anymore. But what a good performance by the Red Raiders tonight. As the Red Raider fans start to celebrate, a big 72-56 Uniontown win tonight. And it runs their record now, as we said, to 10-2, more importantly, 4-0 in the section. And for Connellsville area, they'll drop to 11-3, 2-1 in the section. Let's give you the leading scores for Uniontown. Dear Jenkins with 17, Chris Jacobs with 16, Terrence Vaughns with 16, and Nelson Jones, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. We got Nelson for 12, 4 of the 5 in double figures. Good ball handling, though, from David Winfrey and Adam Bozak. And I'll tell you what, they got some good. Mark Campbell with a big 3. And Uniontown tonight, 76-56. They broke us away in the third and fourth quarter. This was a tie ball game at the half. And then they just took control from the middle of the second quarter to the middle of the fourth. They outscored Connellsville area 41-14 to take the win. For the visiting Connellsville Falcons, James Hairston finished with 21, 10 for Del Utzi. We also got 2, 4, 6, 8 for David Key, as 2 people with starting figures. And I'll tell you what, Eric's just letting everybody on TV anymore. 10 for Del Utzi. And tell you what, there's the analogy right there. You know, the final analysis of this ball game was what that young lady just said. This was a very good high school basketball game. As we said, 21 for Harrison, 10 for Del Utzi, 4 to 5 Uniontown starters in double figures. Ball game changed right there, right in the middle of the second quarter. Uniontown picked it up defensively, and they go on a 41-14 run to put away Connellsville area. Good basketball game tonight. Big win for Uniontown. Connellsville falls to 2-1 in the section, 11-3 overall. Uniontown now 10-2, 4-0 in the section. Uniontown Friday night, Pittsburgh Central Catholic at Pittsburgh Central Catholic. Connellsville will take on the Ringgold Rams up at Connellsville. Our next high school basketball game, Friday night from Perryopolis, Pennsylvania. The Perry Fraser Commodores play host to St. Joe's of Natrona Heights. For Eric Zakovi, Craig Lobb, I'm Joseph Hoke. We'd like to thank you for watching this one. It was a good one. Final score once again for A.J. Everhart Gymnasium in Uniontown, Pennsylvania. The Red Raiders 72, the Connellsville Falcons 56.